of Entrepreneurs Day ceremony this morning.
When we pray, Almighty hears more than we see, answers more than we ask, and gives more than we imagined. Over to Elizabeth Sanjeev and Ria Joskuti. Kindly rise for the prayer.
സർവപ്രപഞ്ച പാലകനായിടും ദൈവമേ നിന്നെ ഞാൻ കൈതൊഴുന്നേൻ. മാതാപിതാ ഗുരു ദൈവം നീ കണ്ട ദൈവങ്ങളെയും വണങ്ങിടുന്നേൻ. ജ്ഞാനമാണിന്ധനം, ജ്ഞാനമാണിൻ സ്വരം, ജ്ഞാനമാണല്ലോ എൻ സർവസവം. ജ്ഞാനമാണിന്ധനം, ജ്ഞാനമാണിൻ സ്വരം, ജ്ഞാനമാണല്ലോ എൻ സർവസവം. മാതാപിതാ ഗുരു ദൈവം നീ കണ്ട ദൈവങ്ങളെയും വണങ്ങിടുന്നേ.
Please watch the video of the lineage of the entrepreneurs adorned by us over this year, followed by the Berch Empresario.
In 2001, when I started my Honda dealership at Vaitla, Cochin, we were just 18 employee company. At present, while completing 21 years, we have more than 4,700 employees and 100 outlets throughout Kerala. As I always says that, employee is my strength, and I always respect that. With the support of them only, I could be to this level.
huge amounts of wastewater and the lack of treating facilities are the major problems faced by Kerala. Ecodue introduced a wastewater treatment product. Ecodue helps recycle wastewater from kitchen and toilet and makes it reusable for flushing or cleaning car or for watering plants.
ഈ വെള്ളം ഒരിക്കലും താഴോട്ടോ ഭൂമിയിലോട്ടോ നമ്മൾ പോകാൻ അനുവദിക്കാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ കിണറ്റിലെ വെള്ളം ഇൻഫെക്ഷൻ്റെ പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. ഈ കൊളിഫോം പോലുള്ള ബാക്ടീരിയനെ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഗ്രൗണ്ട് വാട്ടറിനെ കണ്ടാമിനേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാണ്ട് നമുക്ക് സംരക്ഷിക്കാം.
Urban areas are witnessing mushrooming of housing clusters in small plots, and this in turn is resulting in septic tanks being placed too close to wells. This leads to water contamination and outbreak of epidemics. Ecodue is founded by classmates and chemical engineers Muhammad Najum and Akhil Johnny.
Requesting the dignitaries to please proceed to the dais. Thank you. അത് ഓഫ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറയും.
Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Inviting Professor Sony Joseph, head of the department BIMS, to welcome the gathering.
Warm greetings from Berkowitz Institute of Management Studies. Very Reverend Monsignor Dr. Thomas Padius, Manager SB College, respected Principal SB College, Reverend Father G.P. Kurian in absentia. Our guest of honor, Mr. Ajit Mupen, Chairman MN Holdings Cochin, Vice Principals, Reverend Dr. Jose Chikapuram, Dr. Binny Matthew, Dr. Joseph Job, Bursar SB College, Reverend Father Mohan Matthew, Berch Ambassador 2021, Mr. Sabu Johnny, Birthday Initio 2021, Mr. Muhammad Najum, Birthday Luminous 2021, Mr. Rijo Jos, Nova Ambrasa Winners 2021, Director BIMS, Dr. Thomas Varghese, Faculty Coordinators of Berch Entrepreneurs Day, Dr. Vincent Sebastian, Reverend Father Sigmund Sampikel, and Ms. Marlene B. Joseph, faculty colleagues, guest invitees, media, office staff, student coordinators of Berch Entrepreneurs Day, and my dear students, a very good morning. It is indeed a great privilege to welcome the distinguished audience at the Berch Entrepreneurs Day 2021 Award Conference ceremony. BIMS has ever acknowledged people who have within them the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. From its inception, BIMS stands by the fact that if someone who goes out of their way to make a difference in the lives of others, it needs recognition. Ideas and not battles mark the forward progress of mankind. BIMS honors entrepreneurs who have marked their prominence in Kerala as successful business leaders with positive thinking and optimism as a strategy for success. BIMS is the only business school which has been honoring great entrepreneurs in Kerala for the last 25 years consecutively. Successful entrepreneurs who are dedicated, driven, focused, and goal-oriented will motivate the students and the participants to mark milestones in business endeavors. The August gathering is about to bear witness to the recognition of eminence and excellence in individuals who have proved themselves as a class beyond compare. I take this moment to congratulate you all. Having said so, allow me to extend you a warm welcome. Very Reverend Monsignor Dr. Thomas Padiets, Manager SB College is the strength and guiding light of BIMS in its strive to success and achievement. On behalf of the August audience, I extend an affectionate welcome to you, Father. Principal SB College, Reverend Father G.P. Quirian, ever acknowledges all the important events at BIMS by his benign presence. On behalf of the BIMS fraternity, I extend a genial welcome to Father Principal in absentia. He had to leave for an urgent meeting. Our guest of honor this morning is Mr. Ajit Moopan, the chairman of MN Holdings, Cochin. It's a business group having interest in manufacturing, realty, retail, and investments. He has been a charter member of TAI Kerala since 2013. Mr. Ajit Moopan is currently the president of TAI Kerala Chapter. It is a global organization headquartered in Silicon Valley, committed to fostering entrepreneurship. He also heads Kerala Angel Network that invests into startups. We are indeed proud and honored to have Mr. Ajit M. Moopan as our guest of honor for the Berch Ambassador 2021 Award ceremony. On behalf of the BIMS fraternity, I extend a gracious welcome to you, sir. A warm welcome to our vice principals, Reverend Dr. Jose Kapurats, Dr. Benny Matthew, Dr. Joseph Job, Reverend Father Mohan Matthew, Barsar SB College, to the function. BIMS takes pride to honor Mr. Sabu Johnny, MD, EVM Group, as the Berch Entrepreneur of the Year, Berch Ambassador 2021. It gives me immense pleasure to accord a genial welcome to the Entrepreneur of the Year to this ceremony. Welcome, Mr. Sabu Johnny and his family. Berch Day Initiate 2021 Berch Startup Awards is conferred upon Mr. Mohammed Najum, CEO, Ecodue Pure Water Solutions Private Limited. We are pleased to have him here to receive the award. Please join me to extend a warm welcome to Mohammed Najim. Welcome, Mr. Mohammed. Mr. Rijo Jos, MD, Melanar Lights Private Limited, Palakkad, is the Berch Day Alumnus 2021. He belongs to the 1997-99 batch. BIMS fraternity extend a warm welcome to you, Mr. Rijo Jos and his family. I would also like to welcome the winners of the Berch Nueva Empresa, the Berch Business Plan competition, Naibunya Business School, Pongam, and TKM Institute of Management Studies, Koilon. Welcome to you. Director BIMS, Dr. Thomas Varghese, endorses his presence in the success of every event at BIMS. Welcome, sir. Faculty coordinators of Berch Entrepreneurs Day 2021, Dr. Binshai Sebastian, Reverend Father Sigimon Sambikel, and Ms. Merlin B. Joseph were instrumental in the making of this day. I extend a genial welcome to you. A warm welcome to my faculty colleagues for all their supports. Welcome all. I extend an amiable welcome to all the guest invitees to this function. I accord a warm welcome to the media. Also welcome the office staff. The student coordinators of Berch Entrepreneurs Day 2021, Ms. Ashish Najum and Mr. Aishwarya Kalesh led the entire team efficiently to success. Welcome to you. Last but not the least, an affectionate welcome to my dear students for their active participation in making this event a memorable one. Once again, welcome all, I remain.
Thank you, sir. And on behalf of all of us, we accord a genial welcome to you too.
Time has a wonderful way of showing us what really matters. I call upon Ms. Ashi Saju and Ms. Aishwarya Kalesh, student coordinators of Berch Entrepreneurs 2021 for the communique.
O God, we beseech your presence. Honorable dignitaries on the dais, faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good morning. On this auspicious occasion, as BIM celebrates its 27th year of unquestionable legacy in management studies, I'm honored to present the communique of Berch Entrepreneurs 2021. We were on the lookout for someone who stood apart from the rest of the kind in all his endeavors in terms of entrepreneurship, financial performance, perseverance, and persistence. The quest started off by collection of database of entrepreneurs from KSIDC, Industries Department, Dhanam Publications, and other business periodicals. We went through several nominations with a well-defined criterion to select the best. Some inevitable requirements included: the entrepreneur should be a Keralite, the main business in Kerala, the turnover of rupees 50 crores in the 3 preceding financial years. Entrepreneur Award. A team of 10 students collected organizational data on a scheduled basis. Our internal committee of faculty and students scrutinized the data and shortlisted 5 entrepreneurs. An expert panel further investigated and handpicked the winner of the year. It is indeed a delight to confer the award upon Mr. Sabu Johnny, MD of EVM Group, the Berch Entrepreneurs 2021. The EVM Group has footprints on a wide arena of manufacturing and service sectors like automobile, hospitality, health produce, and entertainment. Mr. Sabu Johnny, an MCOM graduate, ventured into automobile business 21 years ago. In 2001, they started Honda two-wheelers dealership in Cochin. Now EVM exclusively represents Ducati, BMW Motorrad, and Indian motorcycles in premium two-wheeler segment, and they are the only Wing World Honda dealer in Kerala. Their four-wheeler representation starts with Datsun and Nissan, and they have strong presence in mid-premium segment. They are the exclusive dealer for Porsche, BMW, and Mini in Kerala. BIM's fraternity congratulates you, sir. Startup Award. Startups are the newborn entities in the business world and are on the increase in the new ecosystem. BIM's fraternity decided to honor the best startup of the year from 2016. Some of the requirements included: the promoter should be a Keralite and the major operations to be in Kerala. Our internal committee scrutinized the data and shortlisted 5 startups, out of which the best startup of the year was selected.
This year, the Berch Day Issue 2021 goes to Mr. Mohammad Najum, CEO, Ecodue Pure Water Solutions Private Limited. Ecodue Pure Water Solutions Private Limited is in Alawa, Ernakulam, and it is known to satisfactorily cater to the demands of its customer base. Ecodue introduced a wastewater treatment product. It helps in recycling wastewater from kitchen and toilet and makes it reusable for flushing, cleaning car, or watering plants. It uses herbal extracts to clean sewage water. This business has a wide range of product offerings, and the product or catalog list includes ferric chloride powder, liquid sodium hypochlorite, chemical for water treatment, sodium metasulfate, etc. The Ecodue does not allow wastewater to go underground and thus water in the well stays uncontaminated. Ecodue strives to make a positive experience through its offerings. Customer centricity is at the core of Ecodue, and it is believed that this has led the business to build long-term relationships. BIMS fraternity congratulates you, sir. Committed to this award process, a number of individuals in their respective capacities have encouraged and helped us to make this event a promising and enduring reality. Alumni Entrepreneur of the Silver Jubilee Badge. This year, Mr. Rijo Jose MD Malanadu Lattice Private Limited Palakkadu is the birthday alumnus 21 from the Silver Jubilee Batch of 1997 to 1999. He never gets distracted and firmly believes that there is absolutely no need to be the biggest brand in the world. You must start working on what you need for the present moment first and then what you need to do tomorrow. His motto in life is to set himself management goals. BIMS fraternity expresses sincere gratitude to all the dignitaries on and off the days. Director Dr. Thomas Verghese, Head of the Department Professor Sony Joseph, and all other faculty members for their generous support. A word of sincere gratitude to the award coordinators Dr. Binsai Sebastian, Ms. Merlin B. Joseph, Reverend Father Sigmund Strombikel, faculty, BIMS for their valuable guidance and support all through the process. I take this opportunity to thank Ms. Ashi Saju, the co-chairperson of Berch Entrepreneurs, for her vital support and contribution to make this event a great success. I extremely indebted to the core members, Ms. Milu Sibi, Ms. Tessa Trisa James, Ms. Sanjana Sabu, Ms. Salome Verghese, Ms. Navida Salas, Mr. Joel T. Biji, Mr. Jason James, Mr. Sino Joseph, Mr. Alan J. Joseph, Ms. Alicia Rita Sebastian, Ms. Anjana Tangachan, Ms. Christy Maria, Ms. Fatima Sabu, Ms. Claire Mary Joachim, Mr. Jaswin Joseph, Ms. Ginny John, Ms. Anne Mary John, Ms. Sandra Mellon Sibi. This would never have been so wonderful and colorful without your deliberate participation. The spirit of teamwork has kept us going every step of the way with confidence and courage. I also express my appreciation to the juniors of 27th batch for their support. I extend my sincere thanks to the task force that has worked immensely alongside and behind the scenes. Immense gratitude to all who made Berch Entrepreneurs 2021 Entrepreneur of the Year Award ceremony memorable and delightful. Thank you, Lord, for being with us. Thank you once again. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ashi and Aishwarya.
Just as there are angels of light, support, guidance, healing, and defense, so do we have our managers. Requesting Very Reverend Dr. Thomas Padiath, manager of SB College, for the presidential address.
A very good morning to all of you. Our guest of honor, Sri Ajit Emupen, award winners, Mr. Sabu Joni, Entrepreneur of the Year, Mr. Muhammad Najum, today we are celebrating Berch Entrepreneurs Day. And we are celebrating the success of 3 of the entrepreneurs. And in fact, we have here with our guest of honor, Sri Ajit Emupen, a great personality in the same field, the field of business administration, business management. He was just sharing with me, he has graduated from Rajagiri College of Social Sciences and Management. Of course, all of them are part of the development of Kerala and development of India. As entrepreneurs, as managers, as administrators, and so on. And here we have our student audience, or those who are part of BIMS. And in fact, all these celebrations are a training for them, a great experience for them, a great moment in their journey. My task is just to appreciate and congratulate these great personalities. Of course, in the name of all who have gathered here, and in the name of the Archdiocese of Changanasheri, I congratulate each one of them. First of all, let me call upon Mr. Sabu Joni. We have heard such a story of him from the organizers or the student coordinators. Of course, he has a small beginning, and all of them a small beginning, but gradually they succeeded. Great story of success. And second, Best Startup Award winner, Mr. Muhammad Najum. Of course, he is also contributing to the development of Kerala by giving us pure water. Part of sustainable development. And the third, Mr. Rijo Jose, former student of BIMS, who has won Alumni Entrepreneur Award. Once again, I congratulate them. My sincere appreciation as well. And my appreciation also goes to the whole team of BIMS for organizing such a wonderful way this Entrepreneurs Day, starting with the director and recalling all the students, especially the coordinators who has led this project and the process and completed it very wonderfully. The only thing what I want to remind to you is, Pope Francis says, purchasing is a moral act. Purchasing is a moral act. We can equally say, selling is a moral act. Manufacturing is a moral act, because all these acts are done by human beings. Human beings are moral beings. Of course, all of us have learned that we are rational beings. But more than that, we are also moral beings, and it is only human beings who can be genuinely moral, because it is only we are endowed with a sense of morality. And in our actions, in all our actions, either in the administration or in the business or manufacture, wherever we are put up, and in whatever way we begin an action, there is somehow, or there should be the dimension of morality. Because we are human beings, and we are rational beings, and we are moral beings, we have the intelligence, or we are endowed with intelligence and freedom. We can choose between right and wrong, between good and evil. between what is good for the community and what is not good for the community and so on. So every act every act includes a moral dimension. And that's why Pope says that purchasing is a moral act. As students of management, all of you understand the sense of that sentence and what is meant by that sentence. Purchasing is a moral act. And I added that not only purchasing, selling, manufacturing, even consumption is a moral act. So, as human beings and moral beings, all of us has to remind ourselves this moral dimension in whatever endeavor we engage with. And that's all what I wanted to remind you also. We are meeting for the second time this week. At the beginning of this week, we met for the another wonderful occasion we met. And there I reminded with regard to the spiritual dimension. And this spiritual dimension as well as the moral dimension always got together. Spiritual dimension has got a more better sense with the religion as well. But moral dimension, it is equal for everybody. Whether I believe in God or not, I am, as a human being, I have and I should have this morality because I am endowed with such a sense. And I am also a moral being. Being a rational being, a spiritual being, a human being, everything goes together with it. But I can never forget that I am a moral being. And the only thing what I want to remind all the students who will be future entrepreneurs, future manufacturers, future administrators, future managers, only this thing. And also, I want to personally also suggest all these people who have their success stories, this dimension, we shall never forget that, this moral dimension. As I said, in whatever field we are engaged in, whatever contribution that we are giving to our community, whatever award we are given, but all of these just remind us that we shall never forget. All of us says that, or all of us are familiar with the conception that sustainable development. This morality or moral concept is indispensable part of this sustainable development. And dear friends, as manager of this college and as part of the Archdiocese of Changanasheri, I just want to remind you, all of you are blessed with many talents, many potentialities, many possibilities. But as contributors, as part of the development of Kerala or India, we shall never forget this moral dimension. Because wherever we are, we see that nowadays many people forget this. And we ourselves are victims of that. And that's why I just wanted to stress this dimension today. Because as entrepreneurs, as manufacturers, as managers, we, as leading people, we need this. Wherever we forget that, we are making ourselves fail in our life. So, once again, my sincere appreciation, my sincere congratulations, and also my sincere gratitude for accepting the invitation of BIMS. So once again, wishing every success. I thank you. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you, Father.
Excellence is not being the best but doing your best. Our guest of honor, Mr. Ajit A. Moopen, is the chairman of MN Holdings, Kochi, a business group having industry in manufacturing, realty, retail, and investment. He holds a BTech degree from University of Kerala and MBA from University of Mumbai, Somaya Institute Management Studies and Research. He has held the position as National Governing Council member in Young Indians and State Panel member in CII Kerala Chapter, Chairman in Roundtable India, and many more. Mr. Ajit is currently the President of TAI Kerala Chapter since April 2020. Requesting Mr. Ajit A. Moopen to address the gathering.
Very good morning to you all. Professor Soni Joseph, head of the department, Reverend Dr. Thomas Padiyat, manager of SB College, Reverend Father Reggie P. Kurian in his absentia, Dr. Thomas Verghese, Director of BIMS, the awardees here, Mr. Sabu Joni is also a good friend of mine, Mr. Mohammed Najum, also known to me earlier, Mr. Rijo Jose, Dr. Binsai Sebastian. Yeah, this is a small echo if you can turn off, it's very nice. All the guests presented here and students, very good morning to you all. Could someone turn down the echo? I don't know if it's coming from the amp or... am I audible well? This is usually a question only on Zoom conference. Okay, so first of all, I'm very thankful to the management and especially Dr. Thomas for reaching out and inviting me for this very prestigious occasion of Berch Entrepreneurs Day. And I congratulate the organizing team for going through a very structured process of selecting this very deserved awardees. Let's give them a big applause, please. This not only serves to recognize the excellence in entrepreneurship, but it also inspires aspiring entrepreneurs and growing entrepreneurs for excellence. And like Father pointed out, consumption or production is a noble act in terms of it powers the economy. An entrepreneur, when he sets up an enterprise, there are threefold effects in economy. First is the capex, the capital expenditure which goes into building the infrastructure. There's a tax benefit flowing to the government. The products manufactured or traded, there are tax elements going to the government coffers. The last but not the least, the jobs created is a job provided. Mr. Sabu mentioned earlier, and I heard from his video, which was presented here, from 18 employees, he grew to 4,000 plus in a span of 21 years. Look at the consumption, what they contribute, and how it powers the economy and the tax fallout of it to the government. So that is the power of economy by an entrepreneur. And that is why many of you should attempt that in your career path as you go ahead. Let me also congratulate the founders and the management of these great institutions, because you are on a special occasion of celebrating centenary and the silver jubilee of the management school, I believe. So big congratulations to all of you for that. Let me also congratulate the winners here, Mr. Sabu Johnny, Mr. Mohammed Najum, and Mr. Rijo Jose. Of course, the formal award ceremony will follow. So as I said, the importance of powering the economy, that is most, the thing what we have to take away. It's beyond excellence and inspiration. This is a noble function that they are, I'm just taking a leaf off Father's, the moral act. So, how it has a ramification on economy. Therefore, when we say in Thai care, that we are fostering entrepreneurship, we say it is part of nation building. This is a part of nation building. Now, I'm here also on the capacity as the president of Thai Kerala, so I should say a few words about the organization Thai. Thai is an acronym which it stands for The Indus Entrepreneur. It is a global organization founded in the mid-90s in Silicon Valley with the sole mission of fostering entrepreneurship. We don't do anything else. It's just focused on fostering entrepreneurship, period. So we do this through different activities, through networking, through mentorship, through incubation, through funding, education. These are the various activities that we do. And thus we support the entrepreneurs in the journey of entrepreneurship. So this is an organization by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. We have a two-tier membership. The first tier is the charter members. They are the people who are, kind of achieved or, of course, entrepreneurship is a continuous journey, but rather who feel they have kind of peaked in their, attainment. They come back, they join this organization with a give-back mindset. With the give-back mindset of grooming, doing all the, mentoring and funding and all these things. And the second tier is the associate members, we call. They are the aspiring, growing entrepreneurs, basically from the SME, small, medium enterprises, or startups. And they are the end beneficiaries. Of course, non-members are also related to these segments, also are beneficiaries of Thai's activities. Thai Kerala as a state chapter is one of the 60+ chapters worldwide and is founded in 2002. We have about nearly 95 charter members now, and we have about 400 plus associate members. Recently, last week of November, in fact, last weekend, we held our flagship annual event, ThaiCon, and which was attended by, with the restrictions of the current regulations, 200 plus. It was a phygital event, physical plus digital. That's why we call it new terminology called phygital. So it was held in Marriott Kochi, and about 200 plus members at the venue, and 1,000 plus members joining digitally online. We had many array of fantastic speakers sharing their experiences and some very interesting panel discussions. In fact, those talks will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, and our executive director is here, Mr. Arun Nair. You can interact with him later on, and we'll see how to share links with you. Very engaging talks. We had Harsh Mariwala, to name a few. We had Harsh Mariwala, who also, there was an engaging interview with him on his new book, biography that he released called Harsh Realities. And then we had Rahul Mamin, Managing Director of MRF Tires. And Arun, do you remember any other name that... Yeah, we had a great panel discussion anchored by Sri Elias George, who was formerly the KMRL MD and who's now our charter member. As part of he's heading the government vertical of KPMG. And we had a panel discussion how to, enhance the entrepreneurship friendliness in Kerala. Entrepreneurship or job provider friendliness. So we had two politicians, two bureaucrats and true entrepreneurs. It was a great informative sessions. We also had Mr. Bigchandani, the founder of Make My Trip, Naukri.com, founder, is also Padma Shri, Mr. Bigchandani. And such very illustrious speakers, I'm sure you can, listen to such talks and, learn quite a bit. Our message was so compelling, I believe, that the premier vernacular daily of Kerala, Malayalam Manorama, dedicated its editorial on Monday to the message of Tycon. That is a significant outcome from the event. So, having talked about Thai, let's talk a little bit about Kerala. What is Kerala well known for? First of all, for our, it was recognized as the best governed state by the national government's ranking. We also came top on SDG ranking, that's the Sustainability Development Goal ranking by Niti Aayog. We also well known for the high Human Development Index of our people. We rank number one, they say, even comparable to the developed nations. And I would say the missionary institutions in Kerala has a big role to, contribute to that in developing such magnificent institutions in education as well as healthcare. This contribution is widely recognized, so a big hand to that. I'm also a product of the Rajagiri school, where CMI fathers. I'm also very, very respectful of the role they have performed. But in spite of all this, we still, when it comes to business rankings, EODB, we go below, and its business perception. Also, we are not considered among the most friendly. So this was my key message also when during my presidential address at Tycon, which is our flagship event, where this was inaugurated by Honorable Minister of Industries, Mr. P. Rajiv. And this is the government, the current incumbent government is doing a lot for in terms of infrastructure projects, initiatives, as well as government policy reforms. They have made a lot of the licensing process easy through the K-Swift portal. But these messages need to get across, and also the intent at the top has to go down to the last mile level, where they meet with the public at the local self-government level, so there needs to be a lot of work done. So perhaps I just want to bring to your consciousness, most of you may be aware of this, we all have to work together to cultivate this, entrepreneurship friendliness, because entrepreneurs are, at the end of the day, job providers, and they power the economy. For this, recognizing this, many other states, they roll out the red carpet for entrepreneurs. Am I running out of time? Yeah, sorry, next. And, sorry, where were I? I'm sorry. Yeah, I said yeah. So we can anyone tell me where I was?
Business Kerala is, the other states open.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Thank you, Father. So all of you are listening. Thank you. That is reassuring to me. Yeah, so other states roll out this preferential treatment, and in China, as you is widely reported, the local self-government heads, the heads of local governments compete with each other to invite entrepreneurs to their locality, to their corporation, to their municipality, to power the economy there. They do it out of their own self-interest. When compared to all this, we are far behind. Yes, our government is rolling out a lot of initiatives, and a lot of awareness is there, but we have a lot of ground to cover as well. I just bring to this to the awareness so that we can all together make Kerala, surge ahead to be the best state, because the potential of our people is fantastic. We have been widely acknowledged. Because the human development, what are the states all about? They're all about people. What is market all about? It's all about people. How does GDP increase? When the population increases, when the consumption increases. That is when that is why Japan's where the birth rates have fallen, the GDP is not increasing. Where the birth rates are increasing, GDP is surging ahead. So it's all about people. So we need to recognize that, and therefore, true to its potential, we at TiE Kerala truly believe we should be at par with the, maybe at the island state of, excellence of Singapore in, comparing examples in Asia, or say for Dubai, that should be the aspirations we should plan to get. Now, if in your keeping all that aside, today being the focus being on entrepreneurship, many of you may be pursuing this as an option. I would say that TiE as an organization, TiE Kerala as a local chapter will be there to support your journey always. Try to be, part of the take membership. We are trying to roll out also a student membership. We have programs, where we engage with schools. We have a TiE Young Entrepreneur, TYE, which we take to schools. We have been doing 10, 12 schools in the last few years. This year, our TYE chair is planning to reach out to 100 schools. This is a global business plan contest where children are groomed on the basics of entrepreneurship, and they also go and pitch at the global level. And I'm proud to say, last 2 years, because of the training and grooming that we provide, the finalists or the top 8 finalists among the 60+ chapters in the worldwide, in the 2 teams that were in the all girls team from Girls High School of Calicut and Ernakulam. They came to the final rounds in last 2 years in this global contest. It's a matter of pride to us. So similarly, we have program for as TiE University, and which we will engage with the graduate students. One thing, though, I would like to bring to your consciousness is when we say a startup, there is we should understand that any business that startup is not a startup. The startup, we have the micro, small, medium enterprises. That is the graduation of all the typical conventional businesses, which gives profits, from operations and ROI-based businesses. So they are micro, small, medium, and enterprise, and then they graduate into large enterprises. The typical trading or manufacturing or or tourism. All these can fall into such categories. The startup was a terminology which was coined in late 90s in Silicon Valley. This was for these enterprises which grow exponentially high. This year the revenue is 1x. Next year it becomes 10x. The other years is 100x, like that. It's exponentially multiplying. And they did not necessarily generate profits for the first few years of existence, but they still get multiple rounds of funding by other parameters of the performance, by the number of customers they acquire, by the number of employees they acquire, by the number of the leads they generate, or the geographic spread they get connected to, all these kind of things. So the examples are Google or Amazon. These are worldwide, or Uber, or another world one is the Airbnb, which of course is not doing very well now due to the pandemic. So these are a few examples. So this is, and they typically go through multiple, valuation and all that. So it's the whole parameters of evaluation and everything is slightly different. So by attending our programs and by generally listening to a lot of talks, you can plug into this very easily. The important thing is we have we perhaps missed the bus in the IT revolution we in the sense, the state of Kerala. In spite of having the first techno park in the whole nation, in 90s, it was, Trivandrum Techno Park was the #1 in India. But we lost out to Bangalore and other, Chennai and Mumbai in the race for IT services. But when it comes to the startup ecosystem, Kerala is nearly there. We were, I think, in 2018-19, we came up number 1, number 2 rank, in the national ranking. And thanks to the pioneering work by Kerala Startup Mission, under the leadership of Dr. Saji Gopinath, who was the previous head. Now he's moved on to the Digital University. And we TiE Kerala worked very, very closely with them in devising and conducting many activities. Thanks to that, we have a vibrant ecosystem, and it's for all of you to make use of that. The Techno Hub in Kalamassery is one of the largest in the country. They have also the Maker Village and have a startup hub and a lot of, synergizing infrastructure there. So this is one thing you can always count on. And besides that, from TiE Kerala, we also have the affiliate arm of Kerala Angel Network, abbreviated as KAN. In the last 1.5 years, we did only a few deals, or about 4 deals, and we have disbursed 12.12 crores funds, the last 1 year plus, to the startup. Usually I get an applause when I announce this. That's fine, So, to the management, I have a submission. This also came up during some of the inputs we received during the recent TiECon. One is, I think, in the MBA curriculum, this came particularly from Mr. Harsh Mariwala, on being, he was interviewed by CEO of one of the major Cancor Man. It was acquired by, French, company a few years back. And he suggested what is his advice for the management institutes and all that, So he said, see, we have management is for, either the professional managers who come out of it or entrepreneurs. But one skill both require is people skill. And I think people skill is not given enough importance in the curriculum. And I say this to you, Father and Doctor, since you are there, and I learned that from Dr. Thomas that this is an autonomous institution. So you might have some degree of freedom to, tweak your curriculum. I think we must give a lot of importance to that. That, apart from functional skills, I think that is a major skill required today to, lead the team or, assess people and build an organization together. Without that, any functional expertise may not fulfill the power of entrepreneur. The second aspect, which I have observed in many of the leading graduate schools, not particularly maybe postgraduate or MBA, is that they have now built in, there's a sabbatical or a hiatus in the course, and 6 months to 1 year is given for internship with in the sophomore year or the penultimate year. The student is given an internship provision with the industry or employers. So most of them get absorbed back as full-time employees later on. This real-world touch, will give a lot of value at both ways. Preparing the prospect employee to the organization, and also the real-world touch of what the expectation of an employer is, and how the real world of job or organization works, a touch and feel. This, I think, is very important, that high time we adapt. I think probably the developed world in UK, USA, they've all adapted more than a decade back, I think. So this are the few messages that I have together, for boarding for the entrepreneurship. And with these words, I conclude my address. Thank you once again for inviting me.
Thank you, sir, for the motivating talk.
A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. BIMS is indeed blessed to have a jovial and power-packed personality as guide, mentor and director. I cordially invite our director, Dr. Thomas Verghese, to address the esteemed audience.
Good morning to all. Okay. Respected Father Dr. Thomas Padiyat, our manager, Father Rajiv Kurian, who was supposed to be here, had to leave for an emergency meeting. So in his absence, the Mr. Ajit A. Moopen, President of TI Kerala and Chairman MN Holdings, Mr. Najum, Muhammad Najum, Mr. Sabu Joni, Mr. Muhammad Najum, and Mr. Rijo P. Jos, Vice Principals, Benisar, Josachan, and Job sir, sorry, I'm sorry. Joseph, your full name I don't get. Job sir, because you always call Job sir. Respected guests, faculty colleagues, my dear students. Before I start, I think I should appreciate and congratulate the presence of Mr. Ajit Moopen. Because last week, from 25, 26, 27, he was fully engaged in the TI Kerala meeting. TICON every year is a much looked after function in Ernakulam. When I talked to Wing Commander Chandrasekhar, who was the Executive Secretary before, he says it's a little difficult, but he'll talk to him. Because we had a small purpose behind that. We want our institution, Berkman's Institute of Management Studies, to be associated with all professional bodies. Our students should be exposed to professional environment. We are members of KMA, Confederation of Indian Industries. Actually, last year, except for COVID, you would have started the NIPM chapter, which is in the making. And TI, being highly involved in entrepreneurship, as he already mentioned to you, it was a much sought after tie-up we were looking for. And he has kindly consented to be here today. And I think it's a great honor to us. And Sabu Joni sir also, and Muhammad Najum, when they accept our invitation to receive an award and come here, keeping aside a whole day, traveling from Ernakulam here, it shows respect and value they attach to the recognition as a old educational institution with 100 years of legacy they are attaching. It so happens that two of the awardees, Sabu Joni sir and Rijo, are our alumni, and that gives us added pride. So that is the context in which we are here. On this day, when we are celebrating the entrepreneurship spirit, I recall two thoughts of the great management guru, Peter Drucker. He talks about two sides of a coin, innovation and entrepreneurship. He says, innovation is the concept. The entrepreneurship is the possibility. Making things possible. From the imagination, from the conception, to making something happen. That is entrepreneurship. I heard a story long time back. 3 people met, one from US, one from Japan, and one from India. They were talking about the technological advantage, their growth they had made, progress they had made. The American, that was about 40 years back, I remember somewhere in 1982. When technology was not this big, the Americans said that we have developed technology that can make wires 1/100th of the thickness of hair. And the Japanese fellow said, oh, nothing. He drilled a hole through that. And the Indian, one step ahead, did printed made in India on that. This is the entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, if you look at that, look at that technology that he has at least visualized. It may be USA, Ullas Sindhya Associates in Bombay, but then we are masters in making things. We are masters in innovating. We are having ideas. But why? This country has not progressed. The fundamental problem, the innovative ideas have not transformed into reality. We most of the time have ideas. For example, if you look at Tata's, Ratan Tata, 1 lakh rupees car is an idea. It will remain an idea unless you have the nano. Okay, whatever happened after that to nano is secondary. But nano became a reality. A 1 lakh rupees car, which became a concept, became a reality because it turned into a product, which is a material. So this conversion is the role of the entrepreneur. That is why we are honoring them. That is why we want to create that culture among MBA students. So when I go back to Peter Drucker, he defines innovation as means by which entrepreneurs may exploit change in order to create new service and business opportunities. He talks about 4 requirements. Number 1, analysis of opportunities. This message is to my students. I want you to read Peter Drucker. I want you to think about what he talks in this context. Analysis of opportunities, receptivity to new opportunities, starting small, and looking to the simple in your surroundings, in your neighborhoods. This is where the innovative spirit, the entrepreneurial spirit can be built. This is conversion that is required. Ideas getting converted to products and services. That is why Muhammad Najum is here. That is why Sabu Sanisar is here. That is why Rijo is here. This is often a painful process. You do not become a successful entrepreneur over the night. It requires sustainable, painful effort. You may have to spend sleepless night. You may pass through failures. As the greatest entrepreneur of all human history, Thomas Alva Edison, he is celebrated as one of the biggest successes of entrepreneurship, failed 1,000 times. So this persistence, willingness to take risk is the essential requirement of an entrepreneur. And then they contribute by, number 1, employment and livelihood to hundreds of people. As we say, 4,000 employees in a group in 20 years is an achievement. Number 2, by adding new products and services that they change the way we live. Our living standards are raised when these products comes to the market. The water we drink becomes better. The air we breathe becomes better when some innovation, some technology comes. The travel we had, like when air conditioning came into the automobile, it revolutionized automobile. When Henry Ford said, I dream of the day when every American has a car, that revolutionized automobile industry, human life. We are able to travel fast. So what do entrepreneurs do? They change our lives. They contribute to hundreds of people's life, and they are the motivators of the next generation. I believe these are the 3 fundamental roles they play in society. So today, when we are honoring these people, we also remember the struggles they went through, the pain they took, the criticism probably they had, the lack of support they had, possibly from the government systems or any other environmental organizations or whatever. I'm not talking about ecological environment of business. So therefore, as a conclusion, I would like a message to the students. Number 1, while many of us will join organizations, the spirit of entrepreneurship that you build in you must help you to become better intrapreneurs who contribute to the growth and development of the organization where you work. That is number 1. A good entrepreneurial spirit is required to be a good intrapreneur. Organizations need them. They contribute to the growth of big organizations. Continuous change in a challenging business environment, it is required. And you are keeping that spirit in mind going to work in new organizations. The possibility of entrepreneurship must be retained. And you should look for new opportunities where you can be employment providers rather than employment seekers. 25 years from now, I want some of you to be sitting here Not only for the Silver Jubilee Award, because when it is a Silver Jubilee batch, but as Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And that is the challenge we are placing in front of you. Be that. Be contributors to society. Be contributors to nation building. Be the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now we have the most awaited moment of the day, the award conferral, and the recipient is the Mr. Sabu Joni, MD EVM Group. We request Mr. Ajit A. Moopen, Chairman of MN Holdings, Kochi, to do the honor.
The Best Startup Award goes to Ecodue Pure Water Solutions Private Limited. The recipient, Mr. Muhammad Najum. The Best Startup Award goes to Ecodue Pure Water Solutions Private Limited. The recipient, Mr. Muhammad Najum, CEO, to receive the same from the chief guest.
The birthday alumna goes to Mr. Rijo Jos, MD of Malanar Lattice Private Limited. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors.
Requesting Very Reverend Dr. Thomas Padiyat to give away the cash prizes to the best business plan winners. Bert Nuwa Empresa. The third prize goes to Jancy Benny, Jerin Jacob Sam and Vinod R from TKM Institute of Management, Koilon. The second prize goes to Anisha B. Nair, Akhile Narayana and Helen Abraham from TKM Institute of Management, Koilon. And the first prize goes to Akhila Vijay, Ashiga Rajivan and Vandana Varghese. On behalf of the winners of Naipunya Business School, Pongam, Ms. Sanjana Sabo will receive the prize money and certificate. Thank you, Father, for doing the honor.
And congratulations to the winners. Work until you no longer have to introduce yourself. Here we have a living example. Requesting Mr. Sabu Joni, MD of EVM Group, the proud work empresario, for the awardees replay.
Very good morning to all. Members on the dais, Reverend Father Dr. Thomas Padiath, Manager, SB College. Guest of honor, my friend Ajit Mupan, Chairman, MN Holdings and President of TAI Kerala. Professor Sony Joseph, Head of Department. Dr. Thomas Varghese, Director, Brickman's Institution of Management Studies. Other awardees, Mr. Mohammed and Rijo. I think I forgot about the Binsai, the Faculty Coordinator and the Entrepreneurs Award Committee, Dr. Binsai Sebastian. The student coordinators, Ashi and Aishwarya, and the other student coordinators. Respected professors, vice principal, students, and my friends. I'm very proud, and it's been a great honor to stand here, and that too where I had my pre-degree and my degree, BCom. To stand here and get to receive this prestigious award based on an All Kerala, the Berkman's Empresario Entrepreneur Year Award for the year 2021. And I'm so proud to say that I came to know this is the centennial year of SB College, and it makes more colorful when it comes to the Silver Jubilee celebration of the management studies. With me, my batchmate also has presented here. So with this in front of all of them, and with my wife in her presence, to get this award has made me more proud to stand here and get this. Dr. Thomas Varghese was saying I should give some kind of an motivational or a kind of an encouragement to the students. But in my way, if I say that this award, it's purely, I think the echo, yeah. I say that this has been with my dedication and the kind of support I got it from my employees. Because of my employees only, I'm here now. I already have said it before also, but I'm repeating here itself. For me, my job was just to motivate my employees. And I trust my employees, and they have delivered. And for me, the way I'm doing the business is, I give the opportunity whenever there is a new expansion or some kind of an new kind of an organization expansions. I actually give the opportunity to the people who are doing extremely good. So a person who is actually has a talent, he is able to grow. And I give the freedom also to the employees to perform. And if they know me, and if they are doing good, they get it. And most of my employees are with me for almost, say, 20 years with me. Or wherever the organization has gone, almost 15 years plus. So that is some of the things which I was able to grow. And if you ask, I'm never involved in most of the day-to-day things. I am looking only for the tomorrow or day after tomorrow what is going to happen. So that is where my role comes. And to say that, as a students, I personally say that you all should have two things, major things you have to be keen focus. One is the networking and self-discipline. With these two only, you can be a successful entrepreneur. To say about networking, the new revolution, the digital world, is a clear example of that. But there are good in that. You have to choose. There are equal ways, but you have to be on the right way. And the right way, things will keep on moving. In my view, in my way also, I've been a part of a lot of clubs, a lot of organizations, and even the in between the sports association, I've been involved in a lot of activities. So all these activities has helped to grow my business because I'm being in a service industry. The service industry, I know some of my already the professors and the dice sharing people are already, and some of the students are also a customers of mine, being a part of my group. So the networking is only developing by the way how you personally involve or personally be presented there. With that, for me, it has helped me a lot. So I say networking is very important. And the other side is self-discipline. So you have to be, you all are grown up. There is not much to teach, say about that. But still, my success, even if it is any timing or even where to stop, how to start something. So all these is a part of self-discipline. So this is where my success also has come. So I say that these two things, the networking and self-discipline, is one of the key factors which you all have to keep in your mind. Then, when you look at to the any industry, even my industry, I'm seeing a lot of challenges. This is not another 10 years is going to be totally a different world. And already the changes have started with COVID. The things has been moved very fast also. The whole digital revolution is actually disrupting the whole industry. You name any industry, every industry there is a change. In my auto industry, we are also moving towards, I know that the industry is moving towards, people are not even going to buy cars. Now, Dr. Thomas Varghese sir was saying Henry Ford wanted every people or every Americans to be with a car. But now, that may be about 50 years ago, his vision. But now the vision is, without buying a car, how things are moving. Because the sharing mobility is going to take care of your need. What was the car which was required? The car requirement is met by a sharing mobility. There are n number of options for that. So these options are going to replace whether you want to buy a car. Without buying a car, your need is getting satisfied. So like that, if you look into every industry, there are changes. And this changes is where you have to adopt or be a part of that. Otherwise, it's not going to be that easy. Then, to say that, even I congratulate the other awardees, and thank you, the Berkman Institution, Management Institution, for selecting me. And it's, again, I'm repeating, it's a great honor and it's a privilege to come here in SB College and receive this award. With that, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sabu Joni.
Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Requesting Mr. Mohammad Najum, CEO, Ecodue Pure Water Solutions Private Limited, for the awardees reply.
Morning, respected Reverend Father Dr. Thomas Padiyat, Manager SP College, Principal, even though he's not here, Father Rajiv Kurian, Guest of Honor, Syajit Mupan sir, Head of Department, Professor Swami Joseph. Am I audible? Dr. Thomas Varghese, Director. Mr. Sabu Joni, Manager EVM, MD EVM Group, and Rijo Juice, MD Malnard Latex, and Binsay Sebastian, Faculty Coordinator, all of the faculty members and student friends. Actually, it is a very great honor to be an awardee of this great award, and Initially, like what Thomas sir has said, like every company started small. So the same thing, I and my friend started this company with just 10,000 rupees, and it was a like really tough journey because when I look back, there were a lot of rejections and failures during our like 4-year turnout. But the thing is, like we were not ready to give up, and my team always supported me in all our problems. Like before when COVID came, we had a bad situation, and then the team was with us. So this award actually goes to my team. On behalf of my team, I am receiving this award. So and one thing is, like all students are management students, so you should be turning into a professional manager or a entrepreneur someday. So I would like to business. I know like there are really good people here to teach business or speak about business. So I would like to talk about my space, like the clean tech and a sustainable development space. So this is a very, very, very young space because there are very less companies in clean tech, particularly in water and energy. And there are a lot of opportunities for management students, particularly in energy management, because as a rule of thumb, 1 unit of electricity that is saved is equal to 2 units. I mean, 1 unit of electricity saved is equivalent to 2 units, because 1 unit is being consumed in transferring that electricity to your bulb. So most of the industries are now focusing on renewable energy sources or mainly solving energy problems. So one of our new departments we started this year is energy audits and water audits departments. So what we do actually here is like we go to industries, we check their energy consumption, and then we give them like reports on how to save energy. We are now empanel energy auditors for Wonderla. We are also doing for Eastern, and we are also doing some projects in Middle East for Dubai Electricity and Water Authority and agencies like that. So this is a great space you guys can explore. And if you have an engineering degree, you can also go for the BE licensing, Bureau of Energy Efficiency licensing. The exam is held every year, and you can be an energy manager or an energy auditor. So that is a very, very good scope for MBA graduates. So that is what is like I want to explain about my area of expertise. Now, I would also like to comment on the support that is given by the Kerala government, as Ajit sir has said. So actually, if you are going to do a startup, you don't need any funds actually. If you have a very good idea, then Kerala Startup Mission would give you a space in ISE. I think some of our students visited ISE last day when they came to visit me. So you can ask them of the infrastructure the Kerala government is offering for startups. And for a simple idea, like if it is an innovative idea, Kerala Startup Mission is giving around 3 lakh funds just to develop the idea. And then if that idea succeeds, and then if that product is, if you want to market that product or make it into a prototype, then you get additional funds. So there are kind of like around 50 lakh rupees funds available for startups. So you guys, some of you guys, if you are interested in entrepreneurship, you can always apply. I might be able to help you in case if you want to doing business plans and everything. I think you'd be doing it in your curriculum, so that is not a big deal. So some of your entrepreneurs, if you are interested, you can always apply to that. And if you are like not going to a startup, and if you're going for an MSME for example, then you can apply to Kerala Industries Department. They are kind of offering 40% subsidy for all industrial investments, whether it is manufacturing or service. So for a small company to start up, it is very, very good time now. So final years, if you have a very good idea of business or something, it's a very great time to start. And that's all. Thank you, SB Management Department and everybody for selecting me as one of the awardees. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed Najum.
Requesting Very Reverend Dr. Thomas Padayeth, Manager of SP College, to present a token of our appreciation and gratitude to Mr. Ajit A. Mupen, Chairman of MN Holding, Kochi. Thank you further for doing the honor.
I invite Rijo Jose.
Respected Manager, Director Dr. Thomas sir, HOD Sony sir, Chief Guest of the day, professors and my dear friends. It is indeed an honor to receive this prestigious award. The joy is double when you receive it from your alma mater. The strong foundation I received from the Bergman's Institute of Management has helped me face the toughness of the business world. We started our firm in the year 1990. The main objective of the firm is to process raw latex received from farmers and then convert it into 60% centrifugal latex and supply it to manufacturers of gloves, mattress, rubber band, etc. Today, we are a 20 crore turnover company. We are exporting 60% centrifugal latex to other countries. We also have rubber plantations at Kanjirapalli and Palakkad. Our next ambition is to get into gloves production, and we are in the process of that. So once again, thank everyone for honoring me with this prestigious award. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. You have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. We invite Dr. Binsay Sebastian, Faculty Coordinator, Berch Empresario 2021, to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable dignitaries of the gathering, a warm good afternoon to all. At the accomplished end of Berch Empresario 2021, I'm proud and privileged to thank the esteemed personalities who have gathered here. BIMS always look for and acknowledge the people who want to change the world. From its commencement, the Institute realized that the ultimate solution for the development of our economy lies in entrepreneurship. BIMS honored genius entrepreneurs among Kerala not only because they strive to be of success, but rather to be of value. A successful entrepreneur is the one who is firm on whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe it can achieve. Bearing this wonderful doctrine of entrepreneurship, let me venture into my responsibility. For today and its blessings, I owe you an attitude of gratitude as it is a sign of noble souls. First, I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Ajit A. Moopan, Chairman, MN Holdings Private Limited, and the President of TAI Kerala for his enlightening words of knowledge. We thank you, sir. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Monsignor Very Reverend Dr. Thomas Padiath, manager of our college, for having blessed us with your benign presence. Our minds are ignited with your words of insight. Thank you, Father. Next, I would like to thank the visionary leader of our college, our principal, Reverend Father Reggie P. Kurian. In his absence, let me thank the Father also. Now, let me thank the icons of today's program. First, I would like to thank Mr. Sabu Joni, MD EVM Group, the winner of Berch Empresario 2021 EVM. EVM has its glorious footprints in the premium automobile business for the past 21 years. Sir, your presence made this meeting a meaningful one. Our gratitude to you. We would like to thank the winner of Startup Award, Mr. Muhammad Najum, CEO, Ecodue Pure Water Solutions Private Limited. It's an initiative of this visionary business leader in recycling wastewater treatment and keep the well uncontaminated. We thank you, sir. BIMS is celebrating 27 years extending knowledge and changing lives. To commemorate the Silver Jubilee batch, we have decided to honor an alumni entrepreneur from the third batch, 1997 to 1999. The third batch Silver Jubilee Memorial Berkeley alumnus is Mr. Rijo Jos. He is a successful entrepreneur and he is the MD of Malanad Latex Limited. Thank you, sir, for your presence. My gratitude to all the dignitaries, family members, delegates, representatives, and well-wishers from all the award-winning companies, business plan competition winners, press, and media. A word of gratitude to all our vice principals and Father Mohan Matthew, bursar of our college, for their presence and gracious support. I also thank our director, Dr. Thomas Verghese, head of the department, Professor Soni Joseph, faculty coordinators, Ms. Merlin B. Joseph, Father Sijiman Srambikal, and all the faculty members for their noble support to make this event a grand success. A special word of gratitude to two persons, Ms. Lovely Salim and Mr. Sijo, for their earnest effort for coordinating various activities of this event. I would like to place on record our deep sense of appreciation to the student coordinators, Ms. Ashi Saju and Aishwarya Kalesh, for their commitment and noble service to make this program a remarkable event in the history of BINS. I would like to thank all the committee members for their selfless and gracious effort to turn this event as one of the successful programs to your credit. Last, but not the least, I would like to express my gratitude to all my dear students of 26 and 27 batch of our institute for making this event a memorable one. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Kindly rise for the college anthem. Requesting Team Berch Empresario to kindly join for photograph on stage. With that, we come to the end of the event. Thank you and have a great day.